Hey guys, it's Body Sketch here. Today we're going to be doing bench form. Today I'm going to have Jesse here. He's going to be demonstrating the two main bench forms. He's going to be demonstrating flat bench and arch bench. I'm also going to be going over the benefits of flat over arch bench. Alright guys, so the primary benefit of flat bench is that beginners can more easily learn how to bench when they're flat benching. They're not so worried about their back position and their butt and shoulder position. So when people are flat benching with the back to the bench, they're able to learn the arm motions a lot easier. However, when you add that arch in your back, it becomes that much more difficult for a beginner to learn how to stabilize their shoulder and their lats. But if you are able to do arch bench, it provides a flatter, stronger surface for you to bench off of because you're retracting your scapulas for when you go up and when you go down. It provides a solid surface when you do arch bench. All right, guys, let's go bench.
Let's go hit some bench.
All right, the first thing that's important in bench is getting that leg position properly. So as you can tell, Jesse's butt is seated a little before the end of the bench. He has his feet planted at an angle. Next thing Jesse's gonna do is gonna lay down his back on the bench. The one important thing to recognize here is that Jesse has his eyes looking directly at the bar. And then the next thing is his hand placement is going to be a slightly wider grip. So usually it's recommended that you look for the rings right here and you place your pinkies at a minimum if you're like 5'4", 5'5". If you're over 6 feet, I recommend you adjust to your middle finger to the ring, and that'll be your bench position for your arms. So the second thing that Jesse's gonna do is he's gonna activate part of his lats to get a flat surface on the bench right here. So as you can tell, Jesse's contracting his lats and scapula so that he creates a flat surface for him to bench off of. So now he's gonna come down again, put himself in his arm position. And a good practice to always practice is to push up to put pressure on your lats before you go up. Now a proper form, he's gonna go down to about mid-chest right here. One thing you wanna notice is his tricep position. It's at a slight angle instead of just being straight out. So now he's gonna go right back up and back down and back up. All right, now Jesse's gonna be demonstrating the arch bench. You start off the same. You put your legs in a square position. Now Jesse's gonna demonstrate how he puts himself into arch bench. He likes to lay his back down. He likes to create the arch second. And the last important thing is, you see how he's sitting his butt down? It's very important to have those three contact points. The three contact points are your ankles, your butt, and your upper back. Now Jesse's gonna get his arms into position. He's gonna push up to make sure he has a flat surface on his lats. Now when he goes down, right here, this is very important. You see how his elbow is slightly ahead of his bar? That's creating a good surface for his triceps to push off of. If you can't create that, odds are you don't have a good elbow position. So hold that right there, Jesse. And now we're gonna get an overhead view of how he's positioned right now. As you can notice, he has a pretty small position for his arm right now. And that's because you need to do that in order to get a good elbow position for your tricep. Now when he goes up, he's gonna have a lot of power coming through those triceps, and that's gonna be the optimal position for him to do arch bench. The last thing that we need to cover is understanding how power moves through bench. So power, if you didn't understand, moves from the legs, and it goes through the thigh, through the back, and it shoots straight up through his arms, through the power that he produces with his chest, lats, and triceps, and deltoid. Now, there's a couple things that people always do wrong. When the weight gets too heavy, you see how Jesse's wrist is bent? When weight gets heavy, people's wrists fall back. It's really important to try and keep a straight wrist. So Jesse's gonna show. the optimal wrist position. If you can keep this position, power will move straight up instead of straight, then to the right, and then back up. One of the last things that we really need to go over is understanding how to grab the bar. You'll see people do suicide grip. Jesse can demonstrate suicide grip. You'll get a overhead view. Suicide grip is when you don't have your thumb under the bar. Some people think it's fun to do this, but if the weight gets heavy, it might slip out and just land on his chest. So Jesse's gonna show how you should grab the bar, and that's thumb under grip. So if you were practicing suicide grip, I suggest you move to thumb under if you don't want injury risk. The last thing we're gonna go over today is how to spot someone when they're doing bench. Now, most benches have a platform that the person can stand on. What you wanna do is get in a wide stance because you're basically going to be deadlifting the weight right off of them. Now, when you're watching someone bench, you wanna let them know if their elbow's in the wrong position, and you wanna let them know if their arm position is correctly and everything. So when you see someone failing bench, you're gonna notice that one side fails before the other. So that's your cue to start helping the left side if it fails first, or the right side if it fails first. If you notice that their elbow position is really contorted and it's gonna be dangerous for them to finish the set, just tear it off of them. Don't let them finish that set if you think it's gonna injure them. All right, so now we're gonna have Jesse do a set, and I'm gonna show you guys how to spot someone when they're pretty much done with their set and they can't do any more on their own. All right. So far, Jesse's arm position is properly placed, so I'm not gonna stop him yet. All right, he finished that one, but on the next rep, he's probably not gonna finish, and I'm gonna help him. So if you can notice, I'm helping him, but not so much that I'm doing it for him. And that's how you properly spot someone. You help them just enough so that they can finish it, but you're not doing it all for them. And I hope you guys like this bench video. If you have anything that you want to see, leave some comments in the section below. And if you liked it, leave a like.